they don't get enough, that is the time when they go cranky, when they start doing all sorts of crazy stuff, triggering you, insinuating things, stirring up a fight, an argument. Basically, all what these narcissists want is a feedback. Whether it is a positive feedback, it's good, but even a negative feedback is a feedback for them. Yeah, it's oxygen for them. Whether it is positive or negative, both is like oxygen for them. That's how they survive, on feedback. They want people to get into mud with them. Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about if at all it is possible for the narcissist to change. I mean, narcissistic husband, wife, or partner to change. If you have a child, yeah, does that change your narcissistic partner? So we're going to try and navigate that. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So narcissistic individuals are entitled individuals. They have strong sense of entitlement. They lack empathy. They have inability to self-reflect. They have zero tolerance towards criticism or anything that frustrates them. So, this is, who these narcissistic individuals are. Now, narcissistic spouse, or whoever the narcissist is, or whatever the setup is, a narcissist, never changes. Maybe the narcissist strategy and the way, they manipulate change, but in general, they remain same. Yeah, they become more narcissistic with time. They become more toxic and unbearable with time. They don't change. Even if they get married, even if they become rich, if they become famous, if they have 1 kid or 10 kids, if they are divorced, if they are cheated, nothing changes the narcissist. And this is because they genuinely believe on the inside that they have reached the epitome of perfection. Yeah, they know it all. The world should bow down to them. They know everything, and they know what's best for the world. And they need all that attention and admiration and validation. So these narcissistic individuals have inability to self-reflect. So they really don't work on their self. They, tirelessly keep doing things that can get them good name, good status, good image, money, power. They are very materialistic. Yeah, it's all about validation, admiration, uh, appreciation. This is what the narcissist wants, and they tirelessly, work to get all of these things. The more compliments, the more admiration and validation they can bag, the better for them, and they feel good. So their entire life goal is not to establish healthy relationship or healthy communication. Yeah, their entire life goal is to be someone who's respected by people, to be someone who is admired by people, to be someone who's feared by people. Yeah, so this is who these narcissistic individuals are. They might go out of their way, they might ignore their family and go out and do charity work, this and that. And why do they do that? Do they genuinely, have empathy for poor and underprivileged individuals, or someone, who's having a tough time? No, they simply go out and help so that they can bag in some compliments, yeah, and good words, and they are admired, and people, behind their back praise them. She was so generous, he was so generous. So this is what feeds them: validation, admiration, appreciation. This is something, which is like an oxygen for the narcissist. The more they get, the better they feel. When they, don't get enough, that is the time when they go cranky, when they, start doing all sorts of crazy stuff, triggering you, insinuating things, stirring up a fight, an argument. Basically, all what these narcissists want is a feedback. Whether it is a positive feedback, it's good, but even a negative feedback is a feedback for them. Yeah, it's oxygen for them, whether it is positive or negative, both is like oxygen for them. That's how they survive, on feedback. They want people to get into mud with them. So these narcissistic individuals don't change and transform. They think they are perfect, they know it all, the world should learn from them. And that's how it is, no matter what the setup is, whether it's a husband wife relationship, whether it is a parent and a child relationship, whether it's a workplace. Narcissists know everything. You need to learn from them. They won't be, changing a bit. Yeah, they won't be doing anything. They won't put in any effort to make things work out. Yeah, they won't try and find out your side of story. Nothing. They will be the way they are. The more older they become, the more, they become hungry for attention and admiration, because people move on, and everyone's priority changes from time to time. So even their children or their spouses priority changes, and they don't give all that attention and admiration which they used to give earlier. I mean, the partner of the narcissist, so the narcissist becomes more wild. They want more and more and more. And with age they become more toxic. Let me tell you this. They are not like wine that tastes sweeter with age. They are not like that. Yeah, they become more toxic, more wild, more vicious. And overall it's very difficult to be with an older narcissist. So does having a child change the narcissistic partner? The answer is no. uh, a child, a partner, I mean, for a narcissist, is just another slave, an unpaid laborer, a doormat, an emotional toilet, a servant, a pet. That's all. Who will, validate them and do things for them. So, bringing in a child, if you are with a narcissist, you are bringing in another laborer. Yeah. And, the narcissist is going to assign all his, work and things that he expects out of the child. The narcissist is going to burden the child. The narcissist is going to parentify. In some of the cases you can see emotional incest also, growing between narcissistic parent and the children. So the narcissist doesn't see the child as a separate entity. The narcissist sees the child as an extension of himself or herself. So they don't treat the child like a child. In a narcissistic family, when you have narcissistic parent, either you will see emotional incest, or you will see parentification happening with the child. Yeah, because the narcissist is unable to see and treat the child accordingly. Yeah, they view their kids as something which they have created, their own product they have created to serve them. So from an early age they start treating the child like an adult. Yeah, I know it's very damaging, but that's how it is. In any narcissistic family, you get to see parentification happening where the kid is treated like an adult. Wait for some time, let the kid do mistakes, let the kids be kids, and let them grow up to be adult, and then you can talk about the responsibility, share and do whatever you have to. But in a narcissistic family especially, you will see that the parents don't treat their children like children. They treat their children as slaves, as servant, as doormat, emotional toilet, whatever you call it. So I mean, having a child doesn't change the narcissistic partner. Instead, the narcissistic partner feels more entitled, that earlier I had a spouse, the victim, the slave. Now I have got another one, another tiny little slave I have got. And I'll have more and more and more. And all of, I mean, them is going to serve me. So this is how narcissistic relationships are. In a healthy setup, in a healthy family, parents are happy and they treat kids like kids. Yeah, they don't burden the kid with their long list of expectations and do's and don'ts and wants and desire. Healthy parents don't do that. They let the kids be kids, and when the kids grow up, then they start talking about things that help me here, I'll help the house in this area, you do your bit, I'll do my bit. This is how it happens in a healthy setup. But in a narcissistic family, narcissistic parents don't treat their kids like kids. They start burdening the kids with their expectations. I mean, unrealistic expectations, do's and don'ts, and that's it. They, burden their children with the responsibility of keeping them happy. Happiness is an individual choice. If I don't choose to be happy, you won't be making me happy. No one will, be able to make me happy if I don't choose to be happy. But we know that narcissistic individuals are not like you and me. They are a little twisted. So, narcissists then start burdening their victims, their supply, with the responsibility of keeping them happy. And you all know the drill by now. If ever, you disagree, deny, dismiss, or refuse, or say no, you know what comes next. They are going to come at you. They are not going to spare you. Narcissistic parents don't spare their kids. Yeah, I mean, no, refusal, denial, all of this activates, all that contemptuousness and vindictiveness. Narcissistic parents are not going to forgive their children. They are going to make sure that they teach their child a very good lesson as to who the boss is in the house. And the narcissistic parents are going to make sure that they display that, power game, the power dynamic in front of the others, so that the child is also, shamed. Yeah, and the child gets to know who the real boss is in the house. So narcissistic relationships are nowhere close to normal healthy relationship. It is very antagonistic in a lot of ways. Yeah, so having a child doesn't change the narcissist. Instead, the narcissist feels, even more entitled, that earlier I had my partner as my slave to do my bidding, now I've got more, minions to do the chore. That's it. For a narcissist, the victim is an unpaid laborer. Yeah, that's it. That's how simple it can get. So yes, having a child doesn't transform a narcissistic parent. Having a child doesn't, transform your narcissistic partner, husband or wife. They will be the way they are, and you are just spoiling, a child's life by bringing him or her into this world, and you are, simply, damaging that child. Yeah, because narcissistic parents do no good to their child. Instead, they do, damage their children. So having a child after knowing that you are with a narcissist, I think it's a very, very bad one. Shouldn't have, children if you know that your partner is toxic. I mean, having child is absolutely a personal thing. If you want, have it when you are capable. Don't do it for the sake of others or pleasing others, or in hopes that it's going to, fix your relationship. Having child, having sex is not like a band-aid for broken relationships. So don't be in that delusionary state where you think and assume that having a child will change the narcissistic partner. Instead, you will be, damaging that innocent life. So look out for the signs, and if you know you are with a narcissist, or if it is already too late, you have children, educate them as to what narcissism is, what narcissistic personality disorder looks like. And at some point you will have to take the difficult call. You will have to make that difficult decision, and you will have to go no contact, because nothing good happens if you are, with a narcissist, because the narcissist is going to keep on exploiting you, manipulating you, keep on abusing you, keep on antagonizing you, and that's it. They're going to throw tiny bit of crumbs which you will misunderstand as love, but they are not love. That is, tiny bit of crumbs to keep you on hook. So having a child doesn't change a narcissistic partner. Having a child with a narcissist is very damaging, because the child's life is going to be spoilt and damaged because of the narcissistic parent. I mean, if you're still in that relationship and if you have the child is going to, have a lot of, attachment issues. The child is going to, grow up in an unsafe environment and background. So, I mean, it's all up to you. Before bringing in a new life, see how things are. and then bring in a new life and nurture it and let them grow and bloom. But if you are not in a healthy environment and in a healthy setup, I don't think it's fair to bring in another child and spoil their life. Just, thinking that having a child is going to fix your broken relationship. I think it's really bad to think it that way. Uh, Having sex, having child is not going to, fix your dysfunctional relationship. It's not going to change the narcissist. Yeah. So yes, this was it. In case if you would like to add on something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.